On a morning when art flutters and West Indies supporters held their collective breath as Kevin Sinclair reverse sweep fell into no man's land with 15 runs to go. It was not the first time that I've seen Kevin Sinclair batted with the tail and secure victory for his team. For although the Windward Islands did not win the match against Guyana RP Eagle, he batted with the tail and secured the draw, which effectively helped Guyana, or which effectively was the cause why Guyana finished ahead of the Windward Highlands Volcano in this year's regional four-day tournament. He was fitting the name player of that match then. And again this morning, he was named player of the match, having made 80 not out in this innings, following up his 39 in the first innings, and getting 4 wickets in the match. First, he got 2 for 64 in the first innings and 2 for 39 in the second innings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you are here. It was a morning of fluctuating fortune, as with West Indies 73 for 1 just before lunch and looking very good. Kirk Mackenzie swept at a delivery trying to pull it from outside the off stump and was out caught. You could have considered that I've already hit a 4 in the over. He did not need to drag that delivery from outside the off stump, looking to hit it backward of square leg. The next man to go just after lunch was Shivnarine Chandapal. He was struck plumb leg before. And if you see where Chandapal off stump is, and you look at his head, you realize that his head is outside the line of the off stump. It's outside the line of the ball. As you see the ball there, it already struck him on his pad. And so I think that because his head was outside the line of the ball, he was out plumb leg before. The next wicket to go was Kadeem Alleyne. The young fast bowler from South Africa bowled him an off volley, which he drove handsomely through the covers. And this Kevin Alleyne dismissal is one that most fast bowlers will celebrate, because having bowled him the half volley 2 balls ago, he then floated up a wide one outside the off stump, and Kevin Alleyne was on the back foot and looking to drive again. Because as you look in that shot, you can see that his weight was going backward instead of coming forward into the ball. And he nicked off to the keeper. And so West Indies lost 3 wickets very quickly. And at that stage, we're struggling at 93 for 3 from 72 for 1. I never saw McCaskey dismissal. That's why I did not show it here. So Kevin Alleyne was followed the very next delivery. After Kevin Alleyne got out, caught behind, Kevin Imlach went out plumb, leg before. As you see in that Kevin Imlach dismissal, he was trying to turn a straight ball on the onside. He was beaten off the pitch and was out plumb, leg before. And when Da Silva was out bowled, I thought that that was the match for the West Indies. But there was more to come. A stubborn late order resistance, led by the man of the moment, Kevin Sinclair, took West Indies A to a thrilling and exciting 1-run victory over South Africa in South Africa. Sorry. There was so much talk in the chat about West Indies have never beaten. I'm sorry about that. There was so much talk in the chat on YouTube that West Indies have never beaten South Africa in a red ball game in 25 years in South Africa. That chat is now silent as we saw what Kevin Sinclair can do. It was a He was duly awarded man of the match for his performance. Congratulations to Kevin Sinclair. That was well earned. But this occasion, this picture will live in the mind of many West Indians, especially Jair McAllister, who survived 34 deliveries, 33 deliveries before hitting that 34th one, backward of point. Now I think McAllister went for the glory himself, because that delivery that he guided backward of point, he chipped down the pitch, as you see, is out of his crease and gave himself room and guided it away. So this West Indies batting is fearless, especially the tail. Is it overconfidence or is it stupidity? I do not know. But in the end, West Indies A beat South Africa in South Africa, and that's what really matters in the end. Well done, guys. You deserve all the credit that come in your ways. It's not that we are satisfied, especially with the top order batting. But let me review the scores quickly. South Africa, in their first innings, made 287 for 9, declare, and give West Indies 2 overs to bat on the first day. West Indies saw out those few overs. So West Indies, in their first innings, made 314 for 9, and declared again, giving South Africa a few overs to bat. South Africa made 250 in their second innings. They should not have made so many. However, West Indies replied by getting their target of 224 with 1 wicket in hand. So West Indies winning that match with 1 wicket, 224 for 9. There was a time this morning, just before lunch, when I heard the commentator saying that no team have ever scored 100 runs in the 4th innings on that pitch at that cricket stadium. Well, West Indies players shattered. They absolutely shattered that record this morning. And we, for that, are very, very happy. It was a good game overall. We were nervous one time. There was a time that we believed that we were going to cruise to victory. But again, there's a lot to be said about West Indies batsmen. We cannot be batting so slow. There's no way we should be batting so slow. And it is not surprising to me that the 2 batsmen who really put pressure on the bowlers were the one who were the 2 top scorers in this match. Albeit Kirk McKenzie did not make many runs, but he was one of the few West Indies batsmen who were putting pressure back on the South African bowlers. As I look at the West Indies scorecard, and this is the West Indies scorecard from the Cricket West Indies website. Look at that batting performance. Tej Narain Chanapal, 99 balls for 33 runs. If he had scored 49 runs, that would be a run every 2 balls. That's a strike rate of 50. West Indies would not be in this trouble. Zachary McAllister, 16 from 19 deliveries. If he had scored 9 or 8 from his 19 deliveries, the point I am making is that we cannot continue to bat slow. Look at those strike rate. 35, 32, on Mackenzie 51 and Sinclair 53. Jordan faced 10 balls for 5 runs, following up on his 40 in the first innings. And by the way, Jordan got 6 wickets in this match for 119 runs. So he also was a contributing factor to this match. But that strike rate is unsatisfactory. And I'm not saying that we need to score at 70, 80 runs per 100 ball. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying that a strike rate of 35, 32, 29, 13 is unacceptable. 33, it's unacceptable, and we must raise the bar. We cannot be continued to be satisfied with such mediocrity. We have to raise the bar. No way those strike rates can be satisfactory. However, the bigger picture is that we won the match. and we are celebrating this morning. But we should have won that match before. Because look at it. One of the times I was looking at it and I said, West Indies bat 70 overs in their second innings and they still don't score 224 runs. That is unacceptable. That is mediocrity. You cannot be batting 70 overs and not getting 224 runs. You cannot just be blocking and looking for bad deliveries. At this level, you have to can learn to score off good deliveries, and then you are a good batsman. That is one of the criteria of a good batsman. You have to can score off good deliveries. Use your wrists. Allow the ball to come to you. Drop it into space. When we were little children playing cricket, we used to play tip and run. It appears that these cricketers nowadays don't play tip and run. Do you remember us playing tip and run? I want to thank you for being here as I come to your comments right now. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Good to see you, Charlie X. It's a long time I've not seen you. Galen Evans, how are you, my friend? Welcome to the show and good morning. Man, I watched the match from score 199 for 9 to the end. Well done, Galen Evans. It's good that you could watch it. I know that you would have been nervous at some time, but however, we got over there. Charlie X, good morning to you. Great gift showed by Sinclair. This must be an awkward watch for Chairman Ains and his man Ruston Chase. Well, you know, I am one of those persons who have always thought that Kevin Sinclair should be in the team. Now, I think that Kevin Sinclair, having open, and I've said this so many times, Kevin Sinclair was one of the openers for West Indies at the under 19 World Cup in 2018. He must remember that he's a batsman and he must work more on his batting. Somehow he wanted to bowl, but I think that if Kevin Sinclair is going to get into the West Indies team, it is going to be his batting and not so much his bowling. He needs to work on his bowling, yes, but his batting is his strongest asset. He's a much better batsman than a bowler, and he should remember that and concentrate in working on that. Brian H. is a long time I haven't seen you. Good morning. Yes, Galen Evans, good morning. Congrats to the boys. Well said, Galen Evans. George Maxwell, good for you to be in here. Yes, it's good. Congratulations to the West Indies Academy for a thrilling win. A nerve-wracking win, but we still got the job done. Not the West Indies Academy, the West Indies A team. The batsmen need to come to the party, though. Yes, they need to come to the party. And no one is here saying that they should be playing flashy drives and so on. That is good, too. That is good. That is exciting. Cricket is about playing flashy drives and so on, too. But when the deliveries are not there for these flashy drives, you have to, let me go back to what we used to do all time. Tip and run. Tip and run. You know, let's put it that way. You know, we could say it more technically, but by saying tip and run, all of us who play cricket 30, 40 years ago knows what tip and run is. It appears that these youngsters don't know what tip and run is. And so the West Indies missed an opportunity to include a left-arm pacer, maybe Max Sweeney or Archibald. Okay, thank you for that point, George Maxwell, and putting forward your views. Those views are always welcome. Opinions are always welcome, and that's what we are here about. Brian Paul, we are very concerned about the captain poor form. Come on, guys, step it up a notch. Fans have no patience with same old. We need a wicket-keeper batsman. Brian Paul, I think the captain is in serious trouble for his game. And when we look back at Dulwich being selected in the ODI squad. Maybe, just maybe, Ains is sending a clear message to Joshua Da Silva. He was out bowled today, as you see the bails flying all over the place. He was out bowled defending. Out bowled defending. You could not see the stump, yet still his stumps were it. And so Joshua Da Silva needs to come to the party and start making some runs. I definitely think that Joshua Da Silva game is under serious threat. Charlie X. Brian Paul, I agree with you, brother. So he's agreeing with Brian Paul and saying there's a reason why Darwish has been welcome back. Okay, thank you, Brian Charles. I think you are saying what I'm saying. We really need for Kirk McKenzie to come good. He isn't scoring enough runs for his role. Brian H. would have loved to see Kirk McKenzie scoring more runs. And today, I just think that the shot he played was definitely not on. That's in my opinion. I do not think the shot was on that he played to get out, because that ball that he swept was from outside the off stump that he tried to drag it to the left side, and I definitely don't think that that shot was on today. He was looking good. He was playing some sumptuous drive as usual, and he reached, I think, 37 before he played that shot and got out. So we are expecting, definitely expecting more from Kirk McKenzie. And Charlie X is saying, we call it one tip. When I was coming up, Cricket Forum, yes, Charlie X, one tip, man. We need to learn to do that. Well played, Kevin Sinclair. Moses Thomas, as you said, well played, Kevin Sinclair. I noticed that in the comment section so far, no one has mentioned the role that Jair McAllister played. He survived 33 deliveries before playing that shot off the 34th delivery to bring West Indies victory. Congratulations should go to Sinclair. But in the same breath that we're congratulating Sinclair, we should congratulate Jair McAllister, because Sinclair could not have done it on his own. He guided McAllister through beautifully. For the first probably 6 or 7 deliveries McAllister faced, or probably 10, McAllister was swinging from the hip like he wants to win the match. And I was saying, this is poor. This is poor. But then finally, it looks like something clicked in Sinclair's head. He went and talked to McAllister, and McAllister started to block. And the second ball that McAllister blocked, it peeled off the outside edge and ran away to third man for 4. And that was a welcome boundary. So McAllister did play this role. He survived 34 deliveries in total before hitting that winning run. So congratulations to Kevin Sinclair. Congratulations to the West Indies cricket team. And they made me very happy this morning. But we must not rule out the role that Jair McAllister played in staying at the crease with Kevin Sinclair. And so George Maxwell is saying, I hope young Anderson will get an opportunity in this series. Joshua Da Silva batting properly properly. Likewise, Kirk McKenzie need to be the big dog in the team. Joshua Da Silva batting properly. I don't know if you want to say not properly, but for you to say Joshua Da Silva batting properly, I don't think that many persons will agree with you. So I don't know, Moses, did you leave or not? Because it is, I don't know if you and I are watching the same person bat. How many, I don't know. So I think you leave or not, I don't know. But not many persons, I'm sure. While your opinion is welcome, I agree. And if you think that he's batting properly, I cannot fight down that. I cannot disagree with you, but what I'll say, that's not my interpretation of how he's batting. And I don't think many persons believe that he's batting properly. Charlie X is saying, Seals also survive a bit too. although not to the end. Seals did survive a bit. And as you mentioned, Seals, when Seals went down just before, was it T? And he was clutching at his knee, I was very worried. I hope that he was only trying to save time to make sure that only one more over ball before T. I do hope that was the case, because I became very worried. He was on the ground for a long time and the physio had to come out. So I genuinely hope that nothing is wrong with Seals and it's not a reoccurrence of that knee injury that he had. Brian H., it is not that I don't respect McAllister. It is that I'm more concerned with our actual batsmen leaving the tail exposed in that position. Yes, Brian H., I agree with you. We are very concerned. As I show you that scorecard, not only are they not making runs, but even if they're making 10, 20, or 30, they're taking a long time to make it. Look at Chanda Paul. I'm not here bashing anyone. But if you face 99 deliveries as an opening batsman for the senior West Indies team, and you are playing in an A-team game against South Africa A, you must score faster than. Good morning, Sherwin. Welcome to the show. Good to see you here. The low order from Jaden Seals right down to McAllister. I meant it was not batting properly. Yes, Moses Thomas, I think so, but then I still have to read what you posted because you could have meant that. But somehow in the back of my mind, I thought that's what you meant. And the low order from Seals, yes, did bat well. Although Sherman Lewis only made 2, he got a good ball and was bowled, but they did look to hang around. Sherwin is saying, many of these fans from Barbados, Sherwin, you know that I don't use that word on the show, Sherwin. Sherwin, you and I always argue about that word. You know we don't use those words on the show. So please, Sherwin, and I know, you always do better, you know, but every time, I think this is one of the morning when you come, I decided that, you know, Mr. Brown is happy. He's happy that West Indies win. So let us throw a spanner in the wheel. And that's why you come and using that word. Because you know I don't use that word on this show, Sherwin. The key batsmen in this series are Chanderpaul, McKenzie, and Da Silva. They need to score big. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you, George Maxwell. We want to see them scoring big. And say, Sherwin is saying that I don't. Imlach continues to disappoint. He needs to step up. He has been disappointing me. There's so much talk about Imlach, but he yet to really show us what he's made of. McAllister should not be in the A team. His bowling is not up to par. Sherwin, I believe also that his bowling have fell off. He bowled well in the last A series versus Bangladesh. He then suffered an injury. And remember that McAllister just started playing cricket probably 2 years ago. He never used to play cricket at a young age. So he's just learning the game. And I've done well in Bangladesh. He done well in this year regional 4-day tournament. Then he went to Bangladesh, played the A-team series, done well, and then picked up that injury. And as someone who just recently started playing cricket, maybe it will take some time before he reach back that level that he was in Bangladesh. Wrong word. Okay. So Charlie X's report. George Maxwell. So he's saying that Kevlin Anderson will probably replace Imlach. Our 3 top batters, McKenzie, Da Silva, and Chanderpaul, have to dominate this series. They are our test players. They must do better. No one can disagree with that. Welcome to the show, Arjun Alda. What happened to Christopher Bristol, my dear friend? Which players do you envision to play from the A team in the Australian series? With after one match gone, old Alda, I do not want to comment on that as yet. I want to see the team play better. I want to see the team play more matches before I decide on who should play in the Australia series. But right now, I can tell you, as it looks, in my opinion, Joshua Da Silva is under a lot of pressure. And Haynes, I think, sent a clear message to Da Silva by including Dulwich in that West Indies ODI squad to face England next week, starting next week, Sunday. Da Silva needs to have a rest. His capacity is poor and his batting is even worse. Nigel Clark in Barbados. Hi, Nigel. Good morning. You were here once before, and I thought that you were the finance minister of Jamaica. So I'm glad that you established that you are from Barbados and you are not the Jamaica finance minister. Considering that most of our young pacers are inexperienced, the selectors need to put more thought into the selection process. Thank you for that. Now, coming up tomorrow morning, because the cricket doesn't stop here, but coming up tomorrow morning, the West Indies Academy will play their first match in the red ball format against the Ireland emerging players. The squad, the West Indies squad there is practically the same squad that played in the white ball series, excluding Kadeem Alleyne from Trinidad, and Isai Thorne is included. Isai Thorne is a young fast bowler who represented the West Indies under-19 on their tour of Sri Lanka. So tomorrow morning again, there'll be more cricket starting, at 9 a.m. in Jamaica, 10 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean. Live from the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the West Indies Academy will be playing against the Ireland emerging player. So it's non-stop cricket. This is the first of two matches in the red ball series. And remember, next Sunday, not this Sunday, by the way, this Sunday, India will play Australia in the second T20 match, and we'll bring that watch along live right here, the entire match. We'll bring it right here, so join us then for that. And so, but next week, Sunday, the first ODI between West Indies and England will start. But coming up tomorrow, the academy will play the Ireland emerging players. Please slash a like. Brian H. is saying that good point on Dulwich Da Silva Cricket Forum. Thank you. Moses, I would have brought Ford on this tour instead of playing him in the white ball series against England. And so, Moses, I appreciate that, but you know, it's 9 million of us, and the 9 million of us are entitled to our opinions. So if you would have brought Ford on the A-team tour, I have no issue with that. West Indies selecting him for the white ball series against England too, I have no issue. I have no issue with them selecting him for the white ball series. And it's come down to our opinion and how we feel and how we see things. And that's why you get criticized when you do things and when you say things. If you don't do anything, no one will criticize you. If you don't say anything, no one will criticize you. And it's because we have different opinions. So Ford, being a member of the West Indies team to play against England, I do not have an issue with that. However, if the selectors had said, we don't think you're quite yet ready, Matthew Ford, we want you to go on the A-team tour in South Africa, I still would not have an issue with that. Charlie X is saying that my eyes will be Teddy Bishop to confirm what I already think of him. Now, Teddy Bishop and Charlie X, you must be honest. I don't know what you think of Teddy Bishop, but he's somebody who a lot has been talked about, and he has yet to deliver also. So he's another one of those youngsters that a lot has been talked about, and he's not delivering. So he definitely needs to come to the party. Alda, do you think Russell shall? No way. Da Silva is the best we have as a wicket keeper. I have zero issue with him. That's okay with you, but I have a big issue. He's not making runs. Saw where Chris Gayle scored some runs recently in India. Is he still available to play for West Indies? John P. Nicol, welcome to the show. Long time don't see you. John P. Nicol, just to throw a spanner in the wheel, that is a Legend League that is playing in England. But as he officially retired, is in his mind, is he still available for selection because he has not yet officially retired? John P. Nicol, can you tell me if he's if and Andrew Alda, you're entitled to your opinion, as I always said, but I just think that I do not see Russell in a West Indies T20 team anymore. Sherwin, I have a big issue with Dowich and Bravo in any West Indies team. And again, Sherwin, you are entitled to your opinion. Glenn Campbell, good to see you here, man. Good to see you here, Glenn Campbell. There is no coming back for the Silver now. I have always maintained that he lacks batting quality. And before this tour started, I said the players with class and quality will come to the fore. Congrats. So you are saying that there's no coming back for the Silver. Well, I'm not one to write off anyone because I always wish everyone success. And I will continue to wish the West Indies players success. Once they are representing the Maroon, I will continue to wish them success. But please, let us watch the Academy match tomorrow. It starts 9 o'clock in the morning. Chongqing, first time I'm seeing you here, welcome. I remember last year, many were saying that the Silver should be batting at 3. What a turnaround. Thank you, Chongqing. Thank you for reminding us of that. Have a great day, everyone, and let us celebrate this win. May God bless you all. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved one. See you tomorrow morning.